Welcome to the Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Lock Shop. We are live at Boston Pizza Westmount. We are going to have full post-game coverage of Canada and Czechia as soon as this bad boy ends. My goodness, what a tip from Suzuki. That kind of keeps Canada alive right now. And Hustle will be joining me shortly, and we'll break this thing down. But, yeah, we're at the Westmount Boston Pizza. We'll be here for Lock Shop and then Oil Stream. Oilers bringing Paul Coffey back on the bench. That was announced today, so we're going to get into that a little bit more on the Oil Stream. Apologies if I'm slightly distracted. As yeah, I mean, there's like 5 or 6 people in here watching the game with me before it even opened, and beautiful tip. You have to think they get it done now, right? My goodness, this is a good day to have a blue moon at Boston Pizza. I'll tell you that. If you are watching over on YouTube, feel free to chime in there. And like I said, Hustle will be by shortly. We'll set up these other 2 games as well, or at least Sweden and the United States. Switzerland leading Finland 2-0. Oh, I didn't even see that. I was busy here watching this game and setting up. They get goals from Damian Riyad and Niederreiter just over a minute apart. And so Switzerland leads Finland. Canada and Czechia going down to the wire. Slovakia is already locked in. Quite a day for Olympic hockey right now. I think that's probably safe to say. All right, you can text us if you're watching this game right now, 780-218-9999. It was looking pretty bleak when Czechia scored, but excellent deflection from Suzuki, who obviously kind of been looking for his moment in this tournament, and he's got one now. They're going to try to push and take this thing in regulation. I want to text to me a picture that looked like there was a massive too many men on the ice, and there we go. Is that a little bit better? I turned myself up a little bit. Let me know if that's a little bit better if you're watching over on YouTube, if there's any issues there. I think we should be good. Looked like there was too many men on that one goal, but this game's insane. Minute and 20 seconds left, and then we get 3-on-3 overtime for 10 minutes. Oh no. Oh, big save by Binnington. Big save by Binnington. How do you let Nate just get that far in behind you with a minute left in the hockey game? That's not ideal. Man, what a save by Binnington. That's a big one. Don't think he's been great in this game so far, but a big save by Binnington on that one. Wow. How does that happen? How does he get in behind those guys? Whew, that's too close. So what are we going to see? We're going to see Celebrini, McDavid, and Makar maybe in overtime if we get there. But they got to look after that puck a little bit better. Thank God for Binnington in that moment. That's pretty good. All right, so Tommy Gazzola is going to be popping by here for the Oil Stream a little bit later on. We can dive into the Knobloch stuff more in depth on the Oil Stream, but I got to tell you, I'm stunned by it. I'm stunned by the news. I think this is pretty much just the owner forcing Coffey onto the bench. We were told before Knobloch's coaching staff would not be happy with this. So I'm assuming Knobloch's coaching staff is not happy with this. And I see a lot of people saying this is like the best move the Oilers have made in years, but I got to tell you, it looks a little dysfunctional to me. But anyway, we can discuss that on Oil Stream when we get there a little bit later on. This game looks like it's going to be going 35 seconds left from what I'm seeing here. So it's nice to actually be on the TV feed as opposed to the CBC Gem feed. So we should be right up to date. And then what do they do? Will they flood and then go 10 minutes, or will they just go straight to 10 minutes of 3-on-3? I know it goes to 10 minutes of 3-on-3. But will they do a quick flood before? Trying to think. All right, so it is going to be overtime. They'll go 10 minutes of overtime, and then if they need to, it'll be a 5-man shootout. If you had Canada on the puck line, you're not cashing it, but who cares? At least they might survive here. So what a big breakaway save by Binnington there. No Sidney Crosby, another one of the developing stories here as well. I mean, it's got to be pretty bad if Sid is not able to return to this game. Matt Hyman says, reminder, quarterfinal OT rules, 3-on-3 overtime for 10 minutes. If still tied, game proceeds to a shootout. Same shooter can be repeated. Teams do not change, ends for OT. Are you sure it's the same? I think it's the same shooter after 5, right? The same shooter can be repeated after 5. So we'll get into that. Huss is here with me as well. We'll watch this game on the edge of our seats together. Huss, at least I'm doing it in front of the VLTs at Boston Pizza with a little bit of a crowd and a blue moon in my hands on a Wednesday morning, buddy. This has been pretty stressful so far. The 3-on-3 should be highly entertaining if it ends in our favor. Not so much if it doesn't. But how are you doing right now, buddy?
Dude, this is so stressful. I mean, I don't need to tell you or anybody else watching, but I mean, I was dreading the possibility of this. Not that I really thought that this game would go to overtime, but having to be live on the air watching, yelling,
I know.
I mean, credit to the Czechs though. I mean, they've played really well.
They played a great game. Yep.
Like, listen, there's been, particularly when you look at the third period, and I realize Canada was pressing a little bit at times. They've had some incredible scoring chances. Like, we put a lot of pucks on net, and I think Dostal's been awesome. But, I mean, Binnington.
How about that breakaway with a minute left? Breakaway with a minute left. Come on.
Lucky, we didn't get a penalty on that, too. There was a real desperation. I believe that was Taves kind of chasing him.
Well, that would have been a penalty shot if that was the case. He was in
exactly.
Imagine a penalty shot with a minute left.
Exactly.
A do-or-die game of the Olympics.
And Dostal just seems so dialed in. Like,
he does.
I mean, as much as I've got full confidence in our shooters, if it gets,
you want to finish this in 3-on-3?
I mean, I think it will.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be stunned if they go 10 minutes with that much talent on the ice and not finish it. I mean, do you start McDavid, Makar, Celebrini, and just that's it, go get it, finish this thing right now, or what?
Yeah, probably, and then figure out who Nate Dogg goes out with after that.
Yeah, I mean it's probably what I would do. I mean, it'd be great if Sid could be there, but like Sid leaving.
I hate that it's 3-on-3. I think we talked about this last.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
But like,
it's too gimmicky for an Olympic game.
3-on-3 works in the NHL because, both teams get their point and you're just playing like to win. I mean, if you lose, you're still getting your point. This is all or nothing. Like, I don't know whether it'll be interesting to see how this 3-on-3 looks compared to sort of what we're used to, because the one thing, like the worry of odd man rushes is going to be so much greater.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to just go through the motions, right, and try to get to a shootout. Like you got to balance being aggressive with. I mean, this is gonna come down to goaltending, right? There's gonna be some grade A scoring chances both ways, unless one team finishes it right away. And McKinnon looks like McKinnon is out there, so it's McKinnon, McDavid, and Makar, I would think.
Beautiful. Well, I mean,
oh my God, I think I'm a little bit ahead of you, Huss. Because Czechia just had a great scoring chance right off the face-off.
Yeah, you're, I think, about 4 or 5 seconds left.
4 or 5. This is going to be awkward. Sorry, buddy. If something big happens here, I'll try to
do. I guess I can't fast forward this.
Yeah, I'll try to contain myself, but you'll hear a roar here from.
No, believe me, I'll be more than happy if I hear you lose your mind.
Yeah. Come on. This is too much. This is too much, I tell you. This is a tough rebound. Come on. Oh my God. Still going. Don't worry. Still going. They had a good look. Now Czechia is coming back. McDavid's line. Well, McDavid's is still out there. Oh God. Huge save by Binnington, buddy. Huge save by Binnington. Oh my God. All right. It's insanely entertaining, but my God, an Olympic tournament should not have 3-on-3 in the elimination.
The only thing
round.
I'll say, Dusty, is we should be.
Yes! Yes! Mitch Marner! Mitchie Marner! Mitchie Marner! Let's go! Oh, my God.
I take back everything I ever said about you, Mitch.
Oh, Mitch Marner, you legend. Set up the gold medal or the game winner in the Four Nations and then buries it. It was on one of the far TVs. I didn't see it. I want to see the replay. It looked like it was pretty.
Dude, he just dangles right in and puts up a backhand. Mitch.
Oh, Mitch Marner, you beautiful son of a bitch. Mitch Marner keeps him alive. Whew.
I got to.
And now they'll get what? Either Sweden or Switzerland. Or Finland. So there's still some options of what happens next with Switzerland leading Finland right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just saw it 2-1.
Was it 2-1 now? It was 2-0 after the first.
Yeah, sorry, 2-0 after one. I mean, well
Give
done.
me a replay of this goal here.
Man, the Czechs are like Canada's kryptonite.
They
beat us in the World Junior every year, and then this.
98 Olympics. Here's a replay of it. So
Wow.
it's Celebrini drops it to Marner. Marner walks in, splits a couple of overall, generally pretty horrible defense, but an excellent shot backhander upstairs. Like they just let him walk right through. And then he goes roof daddy far side. Mitch Marner gets it done for Canada. And Whew. All right. Okay, so that's good. Canada gets the job done, and we are underway with the lock shop.
Welcome to the lock shop. What's
welcome to the lock shop
today?
We can stay focused now. We can stay focused on this thing. Canada gets it done, stays alive, dodges a bullet. We'll see what happens with Sidney Crosby. I mean, moving forward, do they have a good enough roster to win it without Sidney Crosby? Of course, but not having Sidney Crosby is a huge loss for this team, Huss.
It sure is. I mean, this is a time where you would think that. I mean, I'm not going to bring it back to the picks or whatnot, but
no,
you leave a guy like Scheifele off that is just such a prolific scorer, and then all of a sudden you're really pressing for offense, and it was sort of like it was all those top guys. Although it was so funny. I mean, Nick Suzuki is getting all that heat for missing that wide open net,
and then buries one,
and then boom, he hits it. He hits it in. But I mean, let's just take a minute to give it. Mitch Marner. I'm not sure if there's been a guy that's been more, criticized
maligned.
and maligned. Great word for him. And listen, a lot of it was his own doing through all that time in Toronto. But dude, I mean, let's think back to last winter in Boston. Who makes the play to set up McDavid for the winning goal? Mitch. And then he saved our asses. Right? He just did it. And so did Binnington.
Big save by Binnington there for sure.
Dude, Binnington made and once again, I think this is John Cooper. And again, I would have had no issues if they went with Logan Thompson earlier in the tourney. But there is something about Binnington that when his team needs it the most, he comes up with the save. Asterisks, except in Game 7 against the Jets last year. But that's something that we'll always have. Amazing. And I actually think this is a great thing now. Obviously, I was scared shitless that we were about to lose, and that was going to be at night. I was trying to imagine, oh my God, no game on Friday. No gold medal game on Sunday. I mean, the build up to this has been so great. How, what will we do? Well, we don't have to worry about that now. And for a team that never trailed, that was never really challenged through the first 3 games, to go through a near-death experience like this is going to be, I think it helps them in the next game and certainly in the gold medal game.
Wow. You're right, though. I mean, they talked about it a little bit, a little dose of adversity. With that being said, I mean, the adversity almost ended up being an absolute disaster. but they end up getting it done. Marner in overtime, and then to tie it with Suzuki to get that big goal to tie it as well. Canada remains on the ice in some post game celebrations. Now they'll head off and they will await their next opponent. Huss, I said it earlier on the Lock Shop today. I love 3-on-3 overtime in quarterfinals. Like it really provides a great opportunity, for skill on these teams to really shine through, man. I think that's pretty important, right? Can we all agree that 3-on-3 overtime is the best thing ever? But that being said, if it gets to the gold medal, I won't be able to handle it. I mean, this is a do or die as well anyway. I mean, as good as the gold medal on the line, you got to stay alive to get the job done. And they do. McDavid was brilliant once again, Huss. What was he up until going into the third period? He had a point in every single period so far in the event. He's averaging a point per period. I mean, guy's a freak again today. But I said it. I was talking to Hernan as we were setting up, and I said, somebody else outside of McDavid's got to do something here.
Yeah.
And then Suzuki ties it, and then Marner wins it. And that's a sign of how great this team could actually be, because for a good stretch of this game, I was thinking it was going to have to be McDavid setting somebody up or scoring himself to tie the game. And when they get some of this depth scoring,
man. Celebrini. I mean,
but Celebrini and McDavid are kind of linked together, right? Like I view those two guys as being linked together. So McDavid and Celebrini are one to me. Outside of that, I was kind of getting worried that they wouldn't get much from somebody else, but the Suzuki tip goes a long way for them. And now we'll see what happens with Sidney Crosby, but they'll need somebody to step up. I guess you put Sam Bennett back into the lineup and he can play center, and maybe Horvat moves up and plays center. You can move Suzuki over to center if you have to.
Well, I think they probably go with exactly. So. I mean, unless they want to move McKinnon back, but I doubt they do that. To be honest, I mean, look how much better Suzuki looked when he moved to center from the wing. Like, he wasn't really that comfortable on the wing. He wasn't that effective.
He's better on the wing. He's a centerman. Like,
he is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Suzuki now gets in all likelihood, he probably just goes into Sid's spot. With Stone and Marner.
Yeah, you could do that.
And then they've got Bo Horvat playing with Wilson and Hagel. And then you'll bring in Bennett. And the fourth line's probably a combination of Bennett, Jarvis, Reinhart, and who's the other guy that I'm forgetting on the fourth line?
Bennett.
Oh, Marchand.
Oh, yeah, Brad Marchand, yeah. Okay, so Canada beats Czechia. Slovakia beat Germany. How about Slovakia, Huss? Tripling up Germany 6-2. Like they look really good. Like I
woke up at about 6, and it was 3-0 Slovakia. And I realized that even if Germany came back, we wouldn't hit the under. And I just turned it on the iPad and fell asleep about 10 seconds later. VR Montenegro. Damn, I need a dart. Can we light up on the Lock Shop?
Yeah, I mean, you can, Huss. So you usually vape during the Lock Shop anyway, don't you?
Yeah, well, every now and then when I'm
every now and then
on the screen.
Let's see here. A couple of text messages that have rolled in. Bonnie Dune Rod says the best part of this is that Mitch Marner isn't a Maple Leaf anymore. Kirk from North Battleford says and it's all in caps. He full capped us. Just my luck. I take my dog out to have a dump, and I hear Dusty is screaming as I'm walking in the door. So yeah, that's tough. I mean, hopefully you had a PVR. That would have been an all-time mix up there. So if Sweden beats the U.S., Canada will get Sweden. If U.S. beats Sweden, Canada will get the winner of Switzerland and Finland.
Yes.
And Switzerland is up 2-0 still, and that's like with 7 minutes left in the second period now. And we got that game on here now too. So I'll try to keep tabs on that.
So
one.
Here it is. Zulu 64. All right, Sweden, time to do your thing this afternoon. Do we want Sweden to win? I don't.
I would much rather. I love Finland. Don't get me wrong. Actually, Finland might be a soft against Sweden. I'd rather Sweden lose. Canada plays the winner of Finland, Switzerland, and then gets the United States in the final.
100%.
They could, like if Sweden wins, they're coming in kind of hot, right? They won their last game, then they won another game. Now, if they beat the United States, I think that's 3 in a row for Sweden. And I'm not necessarily sure you want that. Mind you, there is nothing about Swedish goaltending that would intimidate me. So,
Well,
I mean, okay
the
with it,
thing
but-
is, these guys are all good NHLers. They can all get hot.
yeah. But
Markstrom's
Markstrom's
thought to be
been
the
so
third
sketchy
stringer
for a
this
couple
year.
years, though. Like,
I mean, everyone said he was the third. Oh, dude, we've got Jordan Binnington.
yeah, I know, but Binnington's won the game before, at least, right? Like, I'm not
on a guy that's been the worst goalie in the NHL this year to all of a sudden turn.
Yeah, but am I
Superman.
wrong? But I don't think Markstrom's actually been that much better than Binnington.
No, he hasn't.
Right? Like,
but I guess
at least Binnington's won. He's won a cup in a game 7 on the road. He's won. Like, I don't want to be the guy who sits here and justifies Binnington because I was so against it before the tournament. But I'd rather have Jordan Binnington than Markstrom in a game. I guess.
I don't know. I don't know about you. Like, listen, I know there's a lot of lore that goes into this, but do we really think that a game in 2019 means anything right now?
I think a game for all the marbles on the biggest stage means something.
Well, Connor McDavid's never won anything. I'd rather have him on the ice than anybody else because he's better than them. You know what I mean?
We're talking about the greatest player maybe to ever play the game, though. I mean, if we're talking about two average goaltenders, I'd rather take the one who's won 2 winner-take-all games.
Yeah, I guess here's my point is that these guys are elite NHL goalies, and we're talking about one game. I mean, we're not talking about a season. We're not talking about a playoff run. I mean, a guy can get hot for a couple games. I mean, he came in as the third stringer for Sweden. And now all of a sudden he's going to be going back to back because he was really good yesterday. So I guess the point is I don't think you can take anything for granted. Bottom line is we will beat teams because we are better. We're deeper. We've got more
overall.
great players. And as long as there's not a massive advantage on one side in goaltending, I think Canada should be good. But I will tell you what, if Sweden goes in and beats the US today,
yeah,
like that semifinal matchup, I think you can basically call it the gold medal game. Like it would be bizarre if it's a Slovakia-Switzerland semifinal. Can you imagine that?
That would be insane. We would have never predicted that in a million years. And yeah, if Sweden plays Canada in a semifinal, that means Sweden would have come in with a win over the Americans. If they were to beat Canada in a semifinal, I have a hard time believing that they don't find a way to get it done against whoever survives Switzerland, Slovakia. So,
Sweden had the tough start. They had that bad game against Finland, but I think yesterday was big for them. And then now they get this opportunity against the States. I mean, if they do win this game, they're going to be coming in with a lot of confidence after upsetting, one of the two favorites in the game. Dusty, didn't you pick Marner as a player to watch this morning on?
Yeah. So we were asked a question today on 3 Questions Too Many about outside of McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, Makar, and Celebrini, which Canadian do you think could step up and be a hero in the elimination round? And Lieutenant Eric took Mark Stone. And YouTube, I can't remember who Trev took. And then I originally was like, maybe Sam Marner steps up. And then before we locked him in, I said, wait a second, I'm changing my answer to Mitch Marner. And then sure enough, Mitch Marner steps up. I mean, there's something to be said about this Mitch Marner Hockey Canada clutch gene. Sets up a winner and then buries a goal that the country had to have. So, I mean, I don't think you can ever doubt Mitch Marner's ability to step up in big games ever again.
You know what? It's funny, while we were just like coming on and we were talking and getting ready for the overtime and then it was going on, we of all people should have been the most prepared for this, considering what we sat through last year in that suite at TD Garden.
You can't be prepared for this type of stuff.
No, you can't.
Right? Like you can't.
The stake, but that game, it just felt like the stakes were so huge, and frankly, it's like the same thing now, or even more. But man, it's tough to just be here, at home working when these games are going on. Like, can you imagine what it's like in the building or just outside there right now for the Canadian fans?
Oh, they'd be.
I don't know whether they're going crazy right now or they're just walking around silent, going, "Oh my god!"
Just taking it all in.
So close.
This other game, Huss. Let's put together just a little same gamer here for this USA Sweden game while we're at it. Okay, so the numbers that I'm seeing here in Alberta, we got the US at -1.5, at -114, -137 on the Sweden +1.5 number. Sweden's +218 on the money line as well. I'm not seeing a total right now. What's the total at in this one? What do you got for a total?
6.
Okay, 6. So I don't know. What do you? Where's the value? We'll do a little play. We'll throw in a couple player props here as well. But where's the value for you on this?
I think the value is on Sweden. I mean, to me, I think this should be everyone's just sort of anointed a Canada-US gold medal game a week in advance. And I think whoever, what was the money line on Canada today? It was minus 1,500 or something.
Yeah,
like
it was
1429.
An unplayable number, no matter how you moved it.
Exactly, an unplayable number. Sweden's -124 at +1.5.
Yeah, I think that gets us to overtime if we need to. Like I like that number. So I think we throw that in there, and then what about some player props in this one?
Let's see here. Player points.
Looking at Austin Matthews, maybe Matthews is good. I know Greg Wyshynski mentioned this morning that Jack Hughes has been having a pretty good tournament. He's further down the list from a player point perspective. Rasmus Dahlin, I got a lot of time for a Rasmus Dahlin point. That's close to even money.
I was just looking at those two guys. Like, we spend so much time focusing on the forwards.
Yeah. But
I think Dahlin has been amazing. And you know who might have been the US's best player?
Yeah.
Zach Werenski. Like, Werenski is everywhere. And I know they focus all on Quinn Hughes. I'm telling you right now, the Werenski is a guy, like, I don't know what his ice time has been, but I think he's been like pushing.
Like, he's playing like 28, 25, 26 minutes.
They want him on all the time.
Well, I mean, I think it'll end up being a pretty good number if we just go Sweden +1.5, Rasmus Dahlin point, Zach Werenski point.
Let's do that.
Okay. We'll get that up. You have to get on it right away because this game's going to start in about an hour and 40 minutes. What do we say? Sweden +1.5 and a point for Rasmus Dahlin and Zach Werenski. Okay, beauty. All right, so that'll be popping up on the EST specials page in just hopefully in just a few moments. We've got that game coming up as well. I'm dealing with people. So the Oilers today, Huss. The Oilers release midway through this game. Give me your thoughts on this as a guy who's been around the media in a long time. Midway through this game today, the Oilers put out a release that Paul Coffey is coming back to the bench again.
Okay, I saw that on my Twitter feed.
Midway through the game, if you're trying to sneak something under the radar.
Give me the background with Coffey. Like, I mean, I don't need the background of him being one of the most greatest defensemen ever to play and winning the cups with Edmonton, but then he was gone. And then he came back. Who did he come back under?
Well, he basically is an advisor for Daryl Cates. So Cates put him onto the bench with Todd McClellan. Then he left. Then Cates brought him back on the bench with Knobloch. And then that ended this past year. And we've got from some pretty good sources that Knobloch did not want Paul Coffey back on the bench. And people who cover the Oilers were like, this would be a pretty dysfunctional move. And then I think there's no way Knobloch went to management and said, I want Paul Coffey back on my bench. I think this is Daryl Cates going, let's get Paul Coffey back on the bench. So, I mean, Paul Coffey, is he going to come in and fix all that ails them and having three defensemen that don't have very much playoff experience at all and everything's going to be fine? I don't think so. And I also know that the coaching staff didn't want him back on the bench. So I think you sneak it. Nothing with the Oilers are going to sneak out, but you put it out at a time when all of the insiders and analysts are focused on a Olympic elimination game, and you probably avoid a little bit more of that national conversation, and the conversation just stays sort of in market.
I mean, and people won't dive into it as much as you guys will hear. What does this say about how safe Knobloch is?
His extension doesn't even kick in until next year. So
signed?
Yeah, he's already signed to an extension that doesn't kick into next year. With that being said, this is not a major vote of confidence for the head coach. So I don't know what it means. Like, I'll tell you right now, if Paul Coffey comes back and the Oilers, don't do well and get eliminated in the first round and they decide to fire Knobloch, Coffey's not getting the head coaching job. Like, that's not what's going to happen. If
they're making moves to the coaching staff that the head coach is not really in on, in any other situation, I'd be like, this guy might be in a tough spot. I mean, who knows? Maybe they came together and they talked before. And I mean,
let's say you gas Knobloch, and then you go and hire a new coach and you say, oh, by the way, Paul Coffey's your assistant. Like, that's not how it works either. Like, that's not how it should work. So, I mean, you got to rip off the Coffey Band-Aid, or I don't know. I think it looks dysfunctional, but we'll see where people come out on it. We'll get an hour of it on the oil stream today. So that'll be fun.
Maybe like Coffey at the end of last year, whenever he was finished, is like, I can't handle the full season. I'll jump in after the Olympic break.
Coffey's only going to coach March, April, and playoffs moving forward.
Yeah.
Every year, no matter who the coach is, just know that Koff will be here in March.
That's the veteran. That's the veteran setup that a guy like Coffey can have in Edmonton. I need to get, if you've become a good little buddy of Daryl Cates, you've done very well. Like, that's a good group to be in. Like, I want to get in that. I want to be one of the homies of an NHL owner. And then
Zulu says the way Knobloch manages his roster at times is dysfunctional. Yeah, but Paul Coffey's not coming in to change forward lines, you guys. He's coming in to stand on the bench and talk to the defensemen quietly sometimes. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, Jason Leduc refers to it as Paul Coffey load management, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Both seasons too much. I'll give you 25 games. You get 25 games a year. You pick the 25 games, and then go from there.
Guys, I'm going to be golfing all the fall. I want the holidays with my family.
Yeah,
I'm going to go to Mexico for 5 weeks. I'll be back in Edmonton around Valentine's Day. We can watch the Olympics together, and then I'll get back on the bench after.
And then that's it.
How does that sound, Daryl? Paul, that's no problem. Consider
doesn't want to come to Edmonton until the snow starts to clear up. Mind you, we just got hit with a massive storm. We got about this much snow, and it's minus like 25 right now.
Ooh.
And we had, like, prior to this, man, you could see the grass on my lawn. Like, pretty much everything had almost melted. And then we got hammered a couple nights ago. So
we are that storm, that Alberta Clipper is on its way to us right now. In fact, what do we have here? An orange. What? Okay, how does it work again? The yellow. It goes yellow, orange, red.
For like weather warnings and stuff.
I'm not sure, the new Environment Canada weather warnings.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So we got a yellow snowfall warning right now.
I think you're okay with yellow. I don't think yellow. Red's got to be the worst. That's just the proper way to do warnings, I think.
Yeah, red's like when there's a freaking tornado on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the life-threatening stuff. But yeah, so I think basically it says that this is going to be a long storm. Like, it was supposed to start last night. It just didn't start where we are fast enough. So I don't think we'll get as much. But everything that you had is moving east. So the next Next couple days, it's probably going to be people hunkered down. Yeah, I'm just imagining what would have happened if that game ended up the other way. We're sitting here in the middle of February, blizzard coming into town, Jets out of the playoffs, Canada out, having to watch Czechia.
Czechia and Switzerland. I was thinking about, because we've been taking all that heat for having the flight out gold medal morning, and I was like, I didn't even think about a world where we're at the airport watching Sweden and Czechia in a gold medal game. So thank God Canada managed to stay alive for now.
Hey, speaking of that, who will I have the pleasure of lock shocking it up with?
It'd probably be a combination of Matty Iwanek and the glue guy. Yep.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. You'll get both of them. That should be a pretty good time. Huss, we're gonna get to some golf picks. Coming up here, right? We gotta get to this Genesis. We're gonna dive into that. Hey, quickly, I want your thoughts. Tyreek Hill. Could you see him back with the Kansas City Chiefs? I saw Patrick Mahomes reworked his contract, saved him like $36 million in cap space this morning.
Oh yeah, I mean,
so do you want to run it back with Tyreek or what?
On a 1-year prove it deal, like on a 1-year deal. Like, listen, EB's back, Eric Bieniemy's back.
Yeah. Getting the band back together.
Kelsey's got 1 more year, assuming that he plays. I mean, why would you not bring Tyreek back? I mean, if he's even 90%, if he can get back to 90%, he's still so dynamic. Mahomes knows him so well. I mean, that offense was like the Globetrotters. The crazy thing is they needed to trade Tyreek, and they did, to completely remake the team, and in particular remake the defense, so Mahomes didn't have to throw for 500 yards every time they won. And they won back-to-back Super Bowls, in the aftermath of that. Now the team's changing again. I think Trent McDuffie might get traded, kind of just like they did with Snead. You got to pay him. I love McDuffie, for the record. I mean, he's just been, I think he's been first-team All-Pro every year. But again, that comes with a massive, massive price tag. They've got the 9th overall pick in the draft. We'll see what they do with that. There's been some talk they go with Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. I have a hard time imagining they'd pick a running back that early. Like, I think they're really looking to get somebody else on the defensive line that can kill QBs.
So? Yeah, because he's getting mocked. That running back's getting mocked to them quite a bit.
Yeah, well, exactly. But I don't know. To me, that would be a surprise if they did that. I mean, he's awesome. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? There is the history. I mean, if you look at running backs that have been picked in the top 10, like in recent years, Bijan Robinson.
Recent years, there's been awesome. Some big hits there. Yeah.
Gibbs, awesome. There hasn't been very many of them, but there's been those guys right off the bat sort of, bounce out. But honestly, I think that the replacement level of running back, like in the 2nd or 3rd or 4th round, compared to what you can get with an elite edge rusher that can go in and get to QBs, I'd be surprised if they didn't go that way. So yeah, listen, I'm definitely here for a little Chiefs reunion for 1 more year. And it would be cool, like in Kelsey's final year in the NFL, if he comes back, which I assume that he would, to get Tyreek back in the building, to have their old offensive coordinator together there, and come in with a real chip on their shoulder after a real disappointing season, which is something that, they have never had as a group. I mean, the stories write themselves.
All right, let's get into the Genesis Invitational here, Huss. Obviously, a pretty impressive, board here. There's a lot of top Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, like all the big boys are here at this event. It's a fun one to dive into. What's the first thought? Let's start like we usually do with the Scheffler thought in this event.
Okay, well, we should kind of leading into this just quickly touch on last week.
Oh, you want to get to Kim?
Well, Anthony Kim was honest to God. Like, I don't know if you watched any of that. It was on Fox live from Australia, like Saturday night. I got home at like 11:30 and he had 7 holes left to play. And the first 4 holes that I watched, he birdied all of them and then birdied 17. It was just, I mean, to chase down from 5 shots back, John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau in the same pair.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is an all-time comeback. I mean, with those two guys being the guys
all-time comeback, capping off the all-time comeback maybe in sports. I've been hearing stories. A guy came out with Anthony Kim for something. He had not touched a golf club in 10 years, and he'd given all his clubs away. He was over at his house, and the only thing golf that he had was he had his Ryder Cup bag still. So
he was just done. He was done with it.
Done. They went out to this range, and he was dating a girl, and she had clubs. So he went out and brought it. They were like women's clubs, pink grips, shorter. And the guy pulled it out, and he pulled an 8-iron out, and he hit 38 irons. And he said at the end of it, it just looked like a line, boom, 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 right beside each other, like choking up on them. Said that he still had it. So, I mean, the guy literally did so much coke, his nose almost came off of his face.
Yeah.
He almost killed himself. I mean, this. So to do what he did, and keep in mind, he lost his live. Like, he came back for the money and the attention or whatever, and Liv said, "Oh, this will be good for us." It was terrible. And he lost his card, and he went into the qualifying earlier this year, finished second, earned his way back onto the tour.
Is that how he did it?
Yes.
Wow.
He was done. He was done, but they had a tournament, and he actually finished second in it, got his card again, and then went out. Now he replaced Patrick Reed on the 4 Aces. I know you're big on the team
I give 2 shits about the team names of golf.
It's a huge move for the Aces. When they lost Patrick Reed, they got Kim. But anyways, Kim was great. So everyone's, I mean, I was kind of like in a big golf mood heading into Pebble. And then Scotty Scheffler goes 6 under in his first 6 holes, and then birdies 7 to go 7 under. And you're like, oh my God, he's going to do it again. And he wins that tournament. He doesn't miss 3 putts of about 5 feet. He was sinking everything else, but fell just short. I mean, Scheffler's what, a 3-1 right now? Something like that. It's just bizarre with him being such a low number. But the last 2 tournaments, he's had terrible first rounds. Like, he's been like even 10 shots back. And then has had to go on some massive thing. So, I mean, listen, if you believe that Scotty, I mean, you look at his record, he basically wins 1 of every 3 times he plays. This isn't a bad spot for him. But I was looking, like, I wouldn't worry as much about the short game and the chipping in this tournament. They said it's the lowest number of shots between the lowest number of approach shots under 125 yards on tour. So it's the middle and long irons that I think are going to be good. Now, listen, Colin Morikawa, his putting is always all over the place. Dude, I mean, I don't know how much you saw that final round and Saturday as well. He is so dialed in with his irons. And when he's hitting the ball, like, his ball striking is absolutely elite. At 28, what do you got for Morikawa?
Actually,
why don't you just give us just a quick rundown of like the top 10 there?
Yeah, because here's what we got. And I locked in Hideki this morning at 24 before there was a jump down to 20. Like, it happened, like, I bet it. I came back and I refreshed the page and he was at 1950. So Scotty's at 3-1, Rory's at 11, Xander's at 18, Fleetwood's at 1860, Hideki's at 1950 now. Patrick Cantlay's at 24-25, Collins at 25-25, Russell Henley, Cam Young, and Siwoo Kim are all in that 28 range. Matty Fitz is at 32, and then your boy Goddard is at 32. I got Jake Knapp on my card. He's at 33 right now.
Yeah, Jake Knapp, he was in the mix on Sunday, and then he wasn't. That he's a frustrating guy because when he's on, he just nukes the ball, like tons of birdie chances. Like, when I think of a signature event I think of elite iron play, I think of Rory, to be honest. And like Rory at 11 or 12 to 1 is, I mean, that's a number I can sort of wrap my head around for Rory. I mean, usually we're talking about Rory.
Didn't Rory have like three doubles and a triple last week? But like outside of that, he was pretty good last week. He just had a couple blow up holes.
Yeah, he had a nice strong final round as well. So I think I'm going to get, I mean, listen, it's a little bit chalkier. I mean, certainly not the 3 to 1 on Scheffler, but I think I'll jump in on a little bit of Rory at 12 to 1. Considering just how good Morikawa was on the weekend. And I mean, we think back to when he won his majors. He won those in a bunch. Like, he just got into a groove. By the way, he just announced he's having a kid too, he and his gorgeous wife. So I think everything's kind of going Morikawa's way right now. Could he keep going? I certainly expect that he'll contend. Plus 220 on a top 10 for Morikawa actually is probably a nice bet if you want to jump on that a little bit more. And then, I mean, wow, the season that Chris Gotterup's had. I mean, I basically said that he was like an auto bet a couple weeks ago after he won in Waste Management in Phoenix. He's another guy that maybe we just look at sort of a top 10 for him at plus 240. But having, like, you know, if I'm taking Rory and putting a little bit on Morikawa, can't make the card too big with those. But man, I have a hard time getting away from Matt Fitzpatrick right now.
Yeah, you were on Fitzy earlier in the year too.
I think I've picked him a couple times, and listen, he has been right there. So kind of decide. I don't think I can go Fitzpatrick and Gotterup.
Yeah,
I'll go one of those two guys. I'll kind of lean Fitz's way with Rory and Morikawa on the card. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, Hideki has just been so good to start the year so far. He won here the last time it was at Riviera in 2024. He's got 5 top 11 finishes here as well, and he's been awesome lately. And I got hit when I got him, it's 2350. Now it's 1950. So I like Hideki, especially if we're putting together like a top.
That's a nice
parlay.
Number. Good timing on that.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, "What's going on here?" And it was the best number that I could find anywhere at that moment. So I managed to lock that in. And then I like Cam Young. He's at 28 to 1. Co-runner up at this event in 2022 when he debuted. Since then, he's got a T20 and a T16. So he's been in the top 23 times here in the last 4 years. So I like Cam Young at 28 to 1. And then I've been on Jake Knapp already this year. And Jake Knapp has had an awesome start to 2026. T11, T5, solo 8th, and T8 so far in 2026. So I like Jake Knapp, and he's at 33 to 1. So, I mean, I'm good with any of those guys. So those are some outright plays. I'm also good with any of them into a top 20 parlay here. I mean, what do we do here? Do we do Rory, Morikawa, or Rory and Gotterup and Hideki or something along those lines? What do you think?
I'm just looking to see if Gotterup was here last year.
No, I think this is his debut here, man. Let me take a quick peek.
Well, it makes sense because he didn't start winning till the end of last year. He's won 4 times now. I'm
pretty sure this is his debut here. There's another guy I was looking at. It's his debut as well. So let's see here. Yeah, no, this is his first time. Yeah.
Tough Sunday for our guy, Akshay. He was in control of that tournament. And you know who actually was pretty good last week and hadn't been in a while was my guy Tony Finau.
Oh, you always got tabs on Tony, eh?
What's Finau? Like, he'll be like, wow. Is he even in it? Now that I think about it, he didn't have a great year last. Oh no, he's there. He's 100 to 1. I will take a flyer on Tony Finau at 100.
A little sprinkle on your boy.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I'm gonna change the card. We're gonna go Rory at 12 to 1.
Yeah,
we're gonna go Tommy Fleetwood at 20. And then we'll go Morikawa. So 3 guys sort of near the top, and then a little flyer on Tony Finau. If Nick Suzuki can come back from missing the open net to tying the game up, why can't Tony Finau?
We've also got our hockey parlay that we put together. It's going to be up momentarily, but we've got Sweden. This is a pretty good number here, I think. We got Sweden plus 1.5. Rasmus Dahlin point, Zach Werenski point at plus 635.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a good number. So watch for that. It's boosted. You'll be able to find it. Click on the EST specials page, and we will join you. You'll be able to join in on there. You got to get in on that right away though, because that game gets going at 1:10. So you got about an hour and 20 minutes to get in on that. It should be up on the specials page in like the next 3 minutes or so. Huss, what's coming up on WST, buddy?
Oh man, a collective exhale. People can not freak out, and we'll pay attention to this Finland Swiss game. It's 2-0 after 2, so the Swiss in a really good spot. And my mind is so freaked from the game. I don't even know what else is happening on the show. I think Button might be coming on.
We had a sweat at the beginning of this.
Mike McIntyre's gonna join us again from outside the rink in Italy. We'll talk a little bit more about this golf on the end. But Mitch Marner, you beautiful SOB words. Mitch Marner and Jordan Binnington. This is the beauty of international hockey. Got it done.
Step up in big moments. They've done it multiple times, man. All right,
Friday?
buddy. You have a good day.
Friday, let's do it again, and let's hope we don't.
Friday's gonna be big. We're same thing.
Let's hope it's just.
Can you imagine if you're logging on Friday and we're sitting here and they're down 2-1 against Sweden or something? My God, that'd be for another sweat. Anyway, it was a good one on the Lock Shop today. Huss, you have a good show, man, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You too. Good luck on that.
Huss just said, good luck on the 20 I'm going to throw into the VLTs over here between the shows. I will see. Got to be feeling good after Mitch Marner wins it for Canada. That was a lot of fun. We're gonna dive into that coming up more on the Oil Stream. And Paul Coffey stunningly returns to the bench for the Edmonton Oilers. If you want to get on what we've already thrown up, go over to playalberta.ca, download Play Alberta app, click on EST specials, and you'll see a couple pop up there. We got the golf parlay coming, and then we've got the U.S. Sweden parlay plus 635, Sweden plus 1.5 to go along with a Rasmus Dahlin point and a Zach Werenski point. You can find that on the EST specials page. Oil Stream, myself and Tommy, live from the Westmount Boston Pizza. On the way next, don't go anywhere.